relationship because whenever this person came to my home, I'm running everything. Don't touch the heat. Don't be doing shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just nitpicking with everything. So I want everything to be like I want to be control of everything. To where this person was just simply okay with following all those rules. Yes, as they should, because it's not their home. But they were okay with following all those rules. But then just being content with receiving everything that I had to give as being like the provider of my own home, you know, having my own food, so like, you know, just stuff like that. So I was like, wow, I was so masculine. I was masculine, and you know what? I'm not gonna talk no names, but my first episode I ever done was with that person, and me and him actually talked about it on that first episode. Yep, and he said I was a real nigga.
So do you feel like he was being feminine because he didn't like stick up? Because you also said this was your home, but then it's just like you wanted him to be like, or you wanted him to have his own stuff, or did you want him to speak up and not like let you boss him around?
No, he could have had his own stuff, and then he could have been in control of that. Because you can't be in control of something that I paid for.
Yeah, like don't go trying to run shit. Yeah.
I feel like with a lot of women now, since we want to be providers and stuff like that, we want to have our own of things like that. It's like if I'm paying for everything in a relationship, there's no way I'm gonna allow you to lead the relationship or lead anything, because or even if I'm going 50-50, because that's what actually brought up the conversation, right? If I'm going 50-50, why would I allow you to 100% lead this relationship if I'm actually, you know, providing for this relationship 50-50?
Yeah,
that makes absolutely no sense.
50-50 as in like bills.
Yeah.
50-50 so I would I don't know, 50-50, I'm kind of biased about the situation because I feel like 50-50, like, okay, you pay all the big stuff, I pay all the little stuff, and I'll still let you lead. But it's just like, when I'm paying majority of stuff more than you, I feel like, you know, I don't have respect for you. I feel like as a man, you're supposed to, you know, provide and stuff like that. So 50-50, I'm kind of like biased. I really feel like it depends on the situation. But I am a woman, and I do want to be taken care of. So it's just like, you know, like I want to allow 50-50 out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know,
I think it's different when it's like different relationships. Like you have, you know, being in a relationship, dating, and then marriage or whatever.
Yeah.
Not in that order, but you have those different types of relationships where it's like if you're just dating somebody, I don't expect you to pay nothing. That's just me. If I say I'm dating you, that means I'm dating multiple people. So I don't expect you to pay nothing for me. If we're in a relationship and we're living together, then I'm gonna expect you to pay some stuff for sure. You're gonna be paying majority, right? But then if I'm married, I'm not paying. No, I'm not. And I keep saying this, but eventually I say this so much, people gonna know me, okay? I am not going to go 50-50, not 50-50 in a marriage because I want to allow my husband to lead the relationship. So like you said, I just will naturally not have no respect for you if I'm providing. And I feel like once you hit marriage, that's like the last step. So it's like, I'm not about to do that. Like I'm not going 50-50. Okay, you know, I'm just not doing it. I just feel like it's different in the different types of relationships you have. If we're in a relationship but we're even really living separately, I'm not gonna say I expect you to pay all my bills. It would be nice though. It would be nice if you pay something, you know, to help me here and there. And that's with me saying that I've already been able to take care of myself on my own. You should see that in me to know that if you do help me, it's not going to be something that's going to be taken for granted or I'm just using you. It's something where, hold on, I might just need help, you know, with this little situation.
I have a question because back when I was single, I used to get irritated when I was dating or talking to people and they didn't like spend money or like do certain things. Do you get irritated? Because like I don't expect anything, but it's just like when somebody doesn't want to do, it makes me like not want to talk to you.
So when you said when dating or being single,
like you're just dating and talking to people.
I feel like it gets to a certain point in time of dating and talking to a specific person. Like at some point in time, it's like, okay, if you're not paying for things, for one, off bat, if you want to date me, it's because you want to pursue me. So you're going to spend some money doing something.
Exactly.
If I've never been in a situation where I pursued a man. I've never been there to where it's like That's just weird. I don't know. I honestly never been that type. So just off that, you're gonna do that. But as far as in like how far we get into a relationship is gonna determine how much more will I maybe expect from you when things go south. And I'm not the type to like be like, oh, I need this, this, and this, and this. I'm the type that if I get into a situation where I cannot do it, are you gonna be able to help me?
Yeah.
Are you the type to be able to help me? Because I don't necessarily care for you to come in and then we'll be dating for like 6 months and you're paying for everything. No, if I get into situations where I need help, are you gonna be able to help me? If you don't, then for one, we're not gonna get that far. I'm gonna be able to see that within you by you just simply doing small things. If you can't even do something small for me, close like to the beginning, then I already know that you're not gonna be able to help me with nothing big. Like if my car go out or something, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna be able to help me get it fixed or give me rides to work? You know what I'm saying? Like just something.
Yeah.
So it's like I agree. But girl, I feel like I'm getting interviewed right now.
Girl, I was getting that vibe when I was talking to you because I don't know. I feel like you so like open minded and like you're not that much older than me, but you older than me. And it's like I have so many questions. I feel like you so like like you have so many answers and stuff. And I feel like you're so wise. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh God.
But you know what? Okay, so back to the topic at hand, right? Where things are like reversed and whatnot. Why do you think it is like everything's so reversed? Okay, before you answer that, I will say that I feel like a lot of times, with men being more feminine, it has a lot to do with, the foods they eat. I know, it sounds crazy. The foods they eating. It has to do with their environment, what they're consuming as far as in like media and just everything around them. I feel like it's deeper than just the roles being reversed. I feel like it's an agenda and a system that they want that to be what it is for a specific reason.
Why do you say food? I feel like you always lead stuff back to food.
Because food is very, very important. It's very important. I know you. I'm
like food leads to man being feminine. I agree with everything you said, but food, because I don't agree with that. I don't. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna say why I say food. Food because certain foods have I won't say they have estrogen in them, but it's something within certain foods that will hype up your estrogen levels. With humans, we all have testosterone and estrogen in us. Right, so some foods will hype up your estrogen levels, and that's just like something you can look up. And so if a man is if we're eating a lot of these processed foods and things like that, a lot of men are actually losing testosterone because of their estrogen levels being spiked up by the certain foods that they eat. So it's just something you can look up. I'm just saying. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just saying. But okay. Do you agree with the fact that there may be an agenda a little bit?
Yeah, I do. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like men, I don't want to say men, because I feel like we keep saying men, but I feel like men really will provide. So I'm going to just say boys.
There you go.
I feel like boys do have an agenda when it comes to this.
So I'm not necessarily saying men or women have this agenda. I'm saying people who are in certain types of power that we don't know about, or that we don't see on on a different level. That they may have the powers to do certain things to infiltrate themselves into our community, right? To make things be what it is.
Yeah.
So not necessarily saying us or men, boys, but
boys for sure.
A certain group of people. A certain group.
Yeah.
I think it's deep. I think it's an agenda.
I think it's an agenda too. They want to be in the dress. That's what I feel at this point. Like, yeah, they want to be housewives.
Yeah, I think sometimes like it's a different culture that they want to find any and every type of way to come in and destroy the family dynamic as far as in our culture. And I think that they've done a great job at doing that.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think so too.
But I feel like with knowing that there is an agenda, it comes to a point of I'm not gonna say one gender, male or female, needs to be the first to step up. I feel like with knowing that, it's like, okay, we need to step up as a whole and not necessarily point fingers, because I think sometimes that we will point fingers and be like, oh, well, men, they need to start doing, or they need to start providing so that we can be in our feminine energy. Or men to be like, oh, well, women need to just simply be submissive and be feminine, and then we'll start providing. No, if we just start, being in our natural energies, then it will eventually come back together. But I think that has something to do with being accountable of where it is that you may go wrong and where it is that I may go wrong. To say, hey, okay, I'm wrong in this area. Let me work on that with my, partner, so then we can, grow together in a way of, instead of it being like, oh, we just always at each other's necks, because we will always be each other's necks when we're operating in the wrong energy.
Yeah. I do feel like, I do point fingers because I do feel like men are supposed to lead, so I feel like men need to take that step. Like, I can't be submissive to you when you're not providing. So I feel like men should just provide. And I'm pointing fingers. I feel like they should make the first move. In all seriousness, because I feel like a woman will be able to be feminine if a man just provide off that. If you're being feminine and I'm providing, like, how, how am I supposed to switch if you're not going to take over that for me?
I can agree with that. I still do agree with I agree with what you said, but I also agree with what I said too. So it's like, I want to be the devil's advocate real quick, right? So say if all men just started providing, right, and then we still have some women who they don't have the right intentions. So with all men starting to provide, you got some women who will intentionally use that to their benefit, and they don't necessarily go into the energy of being more feminine because they don't have the intentions to actually be that for that man. They just want to use them.
And I feel like that's a problem with our generation a lot. Like, I think that these women are